Hey guys, it's CocoaTarot, and today we have a pick-a-card on the topic of why are people terrified of you? Today we'll be looking into why sometimes people are a little scared of you. My readings are closed for now, but thank you to everyone who has been supporting the channel. But we have 3 piles to choose from based on the images in the thumbnail. So this will be pile 1, this will be pile 2, and this will be pile 3. And I will see you guys in your piles. Hey, pile 1, we're going to get right into your reading and see why are people terrified of you. If this reading resonates when it is over, let me know down in the comments. I'm super curious. And please like this video if you want to see more videos like this. Let's get your spread out and see what we're working with. So pile number 1. Why are people terrified of pile number 1? Thank you so much. 1 card for pile 1. Why are people terrified of them? Thank you so much. Okay. Got number 6. Courage, temerity, audacity. You have to be audacious to be the first to seize a golden opportunity. I just heard that song Golden from K-pop Demon Hunters. You could be the type of person where people can't get away with evil actions or intentional negativity, bullying around you. Something about your light just makes people on that wavelength not even want to mess with you. Clarify this. I just heard even the devil knows your name. Some of you guys have a reputation in the spirit world. So entities could fear your ancestral or spiritual connections, your connections to angels. Clarify this for pile number 1. Why are people terrified of pile number 1? We got the 5 of Swords in the first house. The Lovers in the second house. The King of Cups in the third house. The Hierophant in the fourth. The Judgment in the fourth house. The Hierophant in the fifth house. The Queen of Cups in the sixth house. The 10 of Cups in the seventh house. The 9 of Wands in the ninth house. The 9 of Wands in the 8th house. Sorry, guys. It just all dumped out here. Just enough cards that I need. So the 9 of Wands in the 8th house. The Moon in the 9th house. The Sun in the 10th house. The 4 of Pentacles in the 11th house. I am flabbergasted. This is a lot of energy all at once. No wonder low entities fear you. It's crazy that I went into this thinking of humans and lower entities are coming up that are fearing you. Ooh, there's a lot of energy. Let's get one more for the 12th house. Why are people terrified of pile number 1? Just 1 card, please. And the Page of Pentacles in the 12th house. I don't know if you guys saw that, but my cat smacked the heck out of me when I put that last card down in the 12th house. Your spirit team is so protective of you and the energies that try to intercept your energy. But let's stay on task. Right off the bat, I intuitively want to ask, who are you, pile number 1? Because your energy is full of a fearlessness I have never seen before. People are terrified of you because of how daring you are. You could even be a bit of a daredevil. You're not afraid to take a risk, and you stand in your confidence, and this really intimidates people who aren't as bold with their actions. You're seen as someone who will fight to make it to the finish line. You're the type of person to stand your ground even in uncomfortable situations. And this triggers fear in other people because they almost feel as if they can't compete with you, even if you're not trying to compete. They feel as if you could outwit them. With the Five of Swords in your first house, it's almost as if people see you as someone they can't measure up next to. You have the ability to see through people or read others' emotions, and I feel as if it really worries other people around you. Even if they don't want to be vulnerable, they feel as if you can sense their weak spots. With the Judgment in the fourth house, some of you could trigger people who are tied to their past or even family expectations. Your ability to evolve and shed puts you in a constant state of reinvention. So for people who aren't on the same vibration as you, this could be seen as unstable or threatening to their sense of security. Even with the Hierophant in the fifth house, you approach life with a more philosophical lens, and that in itself challenges the norm. Because you bring heart and soul into everything you do, that type of emotional depth overwhelms people. And again, it goes back to them fearing that you will sense something they don't want to reveal just yet. For some people, they could even be afraid that you will make them confront their own emotional needs, and they're just not ready to do that. It sounds crazy, but people are terrified because you embody the potential for complete emotional satisfaction in a relationship. And that sounds perfect on paper, but a lot of people feel like they're not equipped to offer that kind of happiness to you or even to experience that kind of stability themselves, especially if they're struggling with a self-worth wound. So it could be intimidating that people have to change within themselves to meet you at your level. With the Nine of Wands in the eighth house, you could have been through a lot of challenges in your life, a lot of intense personal transformations, and you've learned to protect yourself fiercely through these changes. And that depth, I don't know, it's like people know they can't get close to you without risking getting hurt or risking showing their hand or letting their mask down. There's a lot here about people being afraid to confront their authenticity around you because they see how authentic you live. For some of you, you pride yourself on being a good person and having good nature, and that's so beautiful. But for people who still live within their shadow in not so healthy ways, they might feel like you would judge them or you expect them to be this perfectly evolved conscious being, even if you don't say that. With the moon here, there's a lot of mystery to you, and there could be a feeling that you're spiritual or philosophical beliefs could be unclear to others. They don't really know what you believe. And since most people fear what they don't understand, the deeper level you operate on, that more intuitive level, people have a hard time deciphering, if that makes sense. The unknown is terrifying, pile number one, and it kind of feels like you have access to hidden knowledge that others don't. It's cool that you got the sun and the moon, and with the sun in the 10th house, you shine publicly. You could have a powerful public reputation, but you're meant to be seen, and that could be really intimidating. Your success could even stir up a little bit of jealousy or fear in others, especially if they don't have a lot of confidence themselves. A lot of people try to compare themselves to you. And it's because you have this brilliance or vibrancy to your energy. You trigger people who feel stuck. Because again, there's this feeling of like, oh, well, I don't really measure up to pile number one. And I feel as if you don't really compare yourself to others. You don't try to compete, but they see you leveling up and it makes them feel more stuck in comparison. Kitty is being really territorial of your spread. So I don't even want to touch it. But overall, pile number one, you feel way out of reach. And the limits that you reach, other people are afraid to even attempt. So a lot of this fear that other people have about you has a lot to do with how unapologetic you live your life. You live with this emotional depth that makes others feel exposed, even inadequate. I think you're really meant to teach people that the sky's the limit. What's that phrase that they say? Shoot for the moon. And even if you miss, you'll land among the stars. You represent that energy to other people. But that is your reading, pile number one. And I hope to see you soon. Bye. Hey, pile two. We're going to get right into your reading and see, why are people terrified of you? If this reading resonates, when it is over, let me know down in the comments. I'm super curious. And please like this video if you want to see more videos like this. Let's get your spread out and see what is going on. Why are people terrified of pile number two? Thank you so much. One card for pile number two. Why are people terrified of pile number two? Number 15, couple, duo, union. Together we go further and twice as joyfully. Let's get some tarot. Why are people terrified? Pile number two, thank you so much. Why are people terrified of pile number two? With the Ace of Pentacles in the first house. The Devil in the second house. Temperance in the third house. The Emperor in the fourth house. The Seven of Cups in the fifth house. The Five of Pentacles in the sixth house. The Two of Pentacles in the seventh house. The Six of Pentacles in the eighth house. The Sun in the ninth house. The Eight of Swords in the 10th house. the Queen of Wands in the 11th house, and Justice in the 12th house. All right, pile number 2. Why are people terrified of you? Pile number 2. There's something here about people feeling threatened by your partnerships. If you're not in a relationship, your friendships, the type of connections you have could terrify people because how deep they are. For some of you guys, you are in unions that people deeply respect. Or if you're single, the way that you interact with people could trigger some fear and insecurity in others. You have such a strong magnetic presence with the Devil here. And the second house is about material things. So there could be people that are intimidated by your outer appearance. This could be, for example, if you have a lot of muscles, or it could be you have a big group of friends. So when you walk into a place, there is an intimidation factor with numbers. There's something about you externally that people see from the outside that intimidates them or causes some kind of fear. With the Ace of Pentacles in the first house, you could be attracting so much abundance that it is freaking people out. This could definitely be with money with the Devil here. There's something about you aggressively receiving blessings or money or help. And because of that prosperous energy, people could be scared because they sense that you're stepping into something new or fresh. It feels like you're really attracting solid opportunities right now, or building something secure, which can be intimidating for people who are still in the starter phase, or even if they're not just starting out, they're not where they want to be. You definitely trigger people who are experiencing financial instability, and people could definitely be obsessed with pocket watching you and then being scared because they find out that you're keeping afloat. I'm also seeing that people are super intimidated by how you're not afraid to delve into the shadow, the darker aspects of life. It almost makes you seem as if you're navigating some kind of power, and it scares a lot of people. I mean, the Devil coming up in a reading like this means people fear you like the Devil. You could even come across as someone who can't be easily manipulated, but you could manipulate others. So they could be afraid to be around you because they're like, this person could really open me up to that power. There are even some people who feel like you could corrupt them with the knowledge that you have. This doesn't have to be true, but this is reminding me of, I'm hearing that B.O.B. song, but it's reminding me of how people say a lot of celebrities sold their soul to get that fame and stardom, you know? And I'm not saying whether that's true or false, but I am saying that people could see this with you. If you have a career and it's super successful, they could fear you because they're like, yeah, pile number 2 had to sell their soul for that. They had to go to the train tracks, make a contract with the Devil. They had to do all, you know, it's that kind of thing where people feel as if the only way you could have gotten certain opportunities was to do something conspiratorial, controversial. The name of the song is The Watchers by B.O.B. I'll link it below, but that's what it feels like here. Even with the Temperance in the 3rd house, people literally talk about how you blend energies. And maybe they don't say it that way, but your alchemy is the center point of some people's conversations. Even with the state of the world right now, you know, things are always going nuts in the world. And there could be some people that kind of fear you because you don't seem to be fazed by everything that happens in life. You keep calm during the chaos. You have the reputation of being able to navigate extremes. And it could be a little bit unsettling to some people. Maybe some of you do get stoned to get through it all, but there is a feeling of you being able to maintain peace while other people struggle to find their own peace, their happy place. A lot of major arcana here. You are not one to mess around with. You do not ask for permission. You ask for forgiveness. Maybe not even that. It's giving sorry, not sorry. You could be really comfortable with taking leadership positions, but you're the type of person who does not need approval for anything. So this is kind of triggering. You could be the extrovert that kind of adopts introverts. You walk up to them and you have all this big energy and you naturally take them under your wing. And I do feel like there's some introverts that are glad that you do this because they don't know how to start a conversation, but you gladly steer them through it. That's less of them being afraid of you and more of you being able to connect with people who are too afraid to start conversation or do certain things in their life. It could terrify them how, man, pile number 2 just goes for it. They just do the thing. I'm thinking of this clip I saw on Shorts. I'll link it below, but you could be just really outgoing, which intimidates people who aren't. With this triple threat of the Devil, Temperance, and Emperor, a lot of people could be afraid of you because they don't really know who you are. You show so many different sides to yourself, they can't figure out which version is the real you. Are you the Devil? Are you the Temperance? Are you the Emperor? Are you the Queen of Wands? Like, who are you? And maybe it just depends on the day, but you have a lot of unpredictability to you. There are even some people who wonder if your actions are motivated by illusion or if you really are just this big, grand dream of a person. You present different sides of yourself at different times. The fact that people can't really get a read on you terrifies them, which is probably why some people just go, yeah, they're the devil. They're messing with magic. They're a witch. They're, that kind of thing. There are some people in your life who are afraid that you don't need them as much as they need you. That's a quick message for someone. But because you're constantly adapting and the fact that you make it look effortless, that type of fluidity is really unsettling. That doesn't mean it's not beautiful in its own way, but people could worry that they can't keep up with how dynamic you are. It reminds me of one time I met a girl, and this was the only person I've ever met in my life who did not like music. She did not have a favorite band. She didn't even listen to music that much. She didn't care for it. And as someone who loves music, like you guys know me, I love music. It blew my mind for weeks. Like I could not conceptualize someone who didn't like music. So metaphorically, there's a feeling like that with you guys where people try so hard to figure you out, but it just doesn't make sense. Your personality is 4D to most people. Even with the sun in the 9th house, people could be so terrified of your light. And that sounds crazy, but everything you radiate, pile number 2, forces other people to reckon with their own insecurities. You mirror people's doubts and fears, even if you don't want to, which is why the 8 of Swords is in your 10th house. This could be why some people associate you with the devil because they see a shadow energy in you, but a lot of times they don't realize that they have that shadow energy within themselves, or there's something about that shadow energy that reflects their own binding, because the Eight of Swords is like a self-binding. You challenge people's sense of freedom, and you reflect how they could be trapped within their own limitations. Earlier, when we talked about how outgoing you are, that presence makes people hold themselves back around you. And it's not like you are forcing them to do this or being mean or anything. It's just they see you shining. And for some reason, that Eight of Swords, they're like, two people can't shine, or there's only room for one. Like there's this limitation other people have where they don't understand that more than one can shine. Everybody can shine. So people are definitely terrified of you because they have to confront the fact that they haven't been shining as brightly as they could. With the Queen of Wands, it feels like it stems a lot from the fact that you could represent a version of someone that other people aspire to be. And I'm not saying they want to be you specifically. Maybe some people do, but just who you are metaphorically as a person, as an idea, as a concept, you know, could reflect exactly what someone has dreamed of being. You show people what it would look like to tap into your full power. And that duality is scary as hell. With the Justice in the 12th house, to finish this off, this is that feeling of unspoken accountability that people feel around you. Because you know your light and your dark. People get around you and they realize that they're not as covert as they thought. You can see the devil and the angel in everyone you meet, and that is scary. But that is your reading, pile number 2, and I hope to see you soon. Bye. Hey, pile 3, we're going to get right into your reading and see why are people terrified of you. If this reading resonates when it is over, let me know down in the comments. I'm super curious. And please like this video if you want to see more videos like this. We're going to get your spread out and see what is going on. So why are people terrified of pile number 3? Thank you so much. One card for pile number 3. Okay, you got intimacy, dreams, intuition. In my secret garden, there is me and me, number 17. Clarify this for pile number 3. Why are people terrified of pile number 3? You got the Two of Wands in the first house, the Page of Swords in the second house. Guys, I paused because what I just heard in my mind, I don't even know if I can say on YouTube, but someone could be afraid of you because you were the first person to give them the big O, I guess, or something about the big O. Someone could be afraid to face you because of some kind of intimacy they reached with you. You got the Hangman in reverse in the 4th house, the Lovers in the 5th house, the 7 of Swords in the 6th house, the 3 of Cups in the 8th house, the 8 of Pentacles in the 7th house, the 9 of Cups in the 9th house, the Ace of Pentacles in the 10th house, the 8 of Wands in the 11th house, and the 4 of Wands reversed in the 12th house with the Empress at the bottom of the deck. All right, pile number 3. Why are people terrified of you? I don't know why this example keeps coming up. Did someone make like a noise they don't usually make? Or I don't know, but someone, it's almost like you did it so good that they can't face you. They can't look you in the eye. They're kind of embarrassed. Look, my throat. Oh my gosh. I'm not even going to get into it. I will spare the person the embarrassment. I just heard, how did you do that? Someone here could have a Mars in Virgo. So maybe you're very meticulous about intimacy and making sure you do it, quote unquote, correctly, which is a very Mars and Virgo way to think when it comes to physical intimacy. I'm hearing that song Diet Pepsi by Addison Rae. This is a crazy spread, pile number 3. I'm feeling a lot of Neptunian energy. That's probably why I was getting such heavy downloads in the beginning, because it feels like you are in an unspoken realm where things are felt rather than seen. We're in Scorpio season, and I know that is very representative of death and transformation and things like that, scary themes, but it is a lot to do with intimate relations and things of that sort. So this reading might have an overall theme that points to that. I feel like people are terrified of you because you know things that they don't even understand themselves, their body included. How psychic you are freaks people out. You could be someone who calculates things, or you're seen as very strategic, maybe. People could even say to themselves, how did they know that? Or did they plan that? Was it off the cuff? With the Page of Swords in the second house, you could be really observant and you notice things that other people don't notice. And they could even ask themselves, how did they see that? Or how did they even realize that? How did they come up with that? Your mind and the way you think scares people. How you're able to calculate certain outcomes, or even calculate how their body is going to react to your touch. You know what somebody likes before they even know they like it. The way you disarm other people with your precision scares the heck out of them. You see how in the Fool card, he's leaping and he doesn't really have anything on him. It's just his body. But in this one, she's leaping and she's got a rope. She's got a weapon. She's got a pouch with stuff in it. She's ready to go. You're always prepared for a debate, for a picnic, for an outing. You always have a reservoir of knowledge that other people don't have or even think of. There could be a few of you here who are actual inventors of some sort, or you come up with gadgets or have things to make your life easier. And people could fear how technologically advanced you are. Maybe some of you could hack or do certain things with computers that could really leave people in awe. With the Fool in the third house too, the way that you speak is crazy, is what I'm hearing. Maybe you're the type to not be so careful with your words, and people could be astounded by this. Even somewhat afraid of what you're going to say next. You definitely have a wild card nature about you. Even with the Lovers and the Hangman, there's such a deep magnetic pull that other people feel to you. And it terrifies them because they literally want to merge with you, to be a part of your life. And that intensity scares them. There's a lot of people that have this tug of war between their passion for you and their fear of you. Your sacral chakra is big here in this spread. It could be where a lot of this creative and schmexual allure comes from, but it is a lot, pile number 3. I don't think you realize how much it is. Even when people hook up with you, there's almost a feeling of them having to confront some kind of shadow desire or fear. There could be people that you start hooking up with and then they abruptly stop you because it's overwhelming. They're out of their element. They could be someone who is very well, why do I say well trained, but they know what they're doing. But when it comes to you, they feel like a novice again, an amateur. They could pride themselves on their stamina, but with you, they don't have much stamina. Why am I getting so much of this? This is not what this reading was supposed to be, pile number 3. People could be afraid to have a couple drinks with you with the 3 and 9 of cups. They could be afraid that being in an altered state of consciousness would make them more open to falling into your trap, your deadly trap of allure, I guess. The way his head is down in the 8 of Pentacles, it's like people work their hardest to not even look at you or get too wrapped up in your energy because it is like a drink. It's like a potion. Even with the 7 of Swords, people could think that you're up to no good. Are you trying to make me feel this way? Are you trying to get a rise out of me? I'm seeing you show up at somebody's house to give them something and them acting annoyed, but really it's because it's like, why are you showing up here looking all good and you know I can't touch you? It's people really, they get afraid to be alone with you, pile number 3. Trapped in your web. Spiders could be significant. If you are a masculine, there could be feminine energies that are like, I cannot be alone with that man. Okay, I will leave without my shirt. I cannot. And equally, if you're a feminine, and I'm not saying that you are doing this on purpose. This is just your energy. You are very alluring. You are the type of person where the opposite gender cannot be friends with you, because eventually they will blur and cross that line. You have a lot of success in your life with the Ace of Pentacles in the 10th house. And if not, you're most likely on the verge of manifesting something huge for yourself. And that little undercurrent of potential could give off an unstoppable energy that definitely intimidates people. A lot of people fear and wonder what will happen when pile number 3 really steps into their power. I mean, they're killing it now. I can't even imagine down the road. People couldn't underestimate you if they tried. You're so enticing, pile number 3. Even if people try to have a casual fling with the Lovers in the 5th house, they can't. No matter how hard they try, they feel the weight of the connection. The biggest theme here is that people fear losing themselves in you because, like that Fool card, once they leave, that's it. Once you go pile number 3, you don't go back. Okay? But that is your reading, pile number 3, and I hope to see you soon. Bye.